Well, we've just spent 2 weeks at the Siva Grand Beach Hotel, Hurghada. Right, just getting the lift up from the main lobby. We're in the main building, up to the top floor. We'll nip along and have a look at the room. Well, that's the view you get at 5:30 at night, looking out over the bay with all the little ships in it. All open plan, so it's a bit dusty, but it's an older hotel. It's got its quirks, but we've really enjoyed our time here. Right, so we're going to have our room. Right, home has been 566. Quickly nip in here. There's a little bathroom. We're off home tomorrow, so we've got all our stuff still all around the place. As I say, it's very old, very dated, but nice and clean. It's got everything that you need. Little shower over the bath. Great. Okay, free safe in the room. Plenty of hanging space. Lovely mirrors and stuff, so when you're getting ready, just come round into the room. Just very, very basic. Bring your own kettle if that's what you want in your room, otherwise you can hire one. That's our toaster that we take everywhere because my wife's a celiac, so can't have normal bread. We don't know anything about the telly because we haven't even switched it on. Really nice super king size bed. As you could look, all the furniture has been around a fair while. Nice bit of space in here, and you'll find that about the whole of this complex, and I think that's one of the absolute massive selling points is you've got loads of space. Nice little fridge in the room which has served us well since we've been here, a little ice box in it, get some ice from reception and keep it in there. Right, here's our lovely little balcony where we sit and have a bit of breakfast in the morning. Not a bad view to be honest. The sun goes round about midday, so the heat comes off the room and it cools a bit better than if you're on the other side of the building, if that makes sense. But obviously there's the main pool down there, and then when you look out there, you've got the sea. So it's a junior suite sea view room, about 200 quid more than a normal room, and well worth it if you ask me. And it's our little washing line that's been around the world with us. Right, morning from Egypt. Just get my towels. Right there, there's a view in the morning. It's about just coming up to 6:30. Right then, as I say, we're in the main block, but you can get like these little apartments and things that are set in the grounds. Some more modern than others. Some with balconies, some without. So we'll go down and get a quick cuppa. Have a little wander outside. Yeah, the hotel's quite a labyrinth of corridors. As I say, it is quite a dated hotel. It's a bit scruffy around the edges. It depends what you're looking for. It depends on what price I suppose you get to come here. But as I say, it's sort of well looked after. Very, very pretty with loads of space. And to walk out here into the main atrium. So obviously I can only do this at this time of the morning, but it is the actual time of the morning I get up. So if you have a look at it. Lovely, lovely place. So, bar there that starts serving in the evening. Always got sort of drinks on display. You can always get something to quench your thirst. And if you look around, it's on 2 levels. It really is very pretty. Okay. Little overpriced shops. Stupid if you go in there, but you know, through. Just walk down to where I have breakfast. Just get a juice and then wander around the main complex as it is very big. Usual all-inclusive dining room. Let's say a bit dated, but loads of space. in the outdoor space, the usual omelette station and the stuff that they put out that nobody ever eats. And there you go. Yeah, all the usual stuff. Rotary toaster, incinerate, croissants, would recommend. And this has appeared since yesterday breakfast. They're actually starting to spend money now that they've got money coming in. So I think as and when everything's going to get a refurb, it does need it. Right, walk back to the foyer. Cactus thing. Fair enough. The hotel does provide Wi-Fi in the lobby. Hit or miss if you imagine it's got Wi-Fi for like several thousand people, so there are options available. So if you have a look here, it's actually on 2 levels, so there's the same dining room but prettier upstairs. Okay, it's all over here. As I say, you'll never be stuck for anywhere to sit. It's the upstairs. I mean, it's absolutely lovely, and there's no trouble here at all. No loud people, no rowdiness. They don't put up with it, sort of thing. And you've got your own little bar here if you're sitting upstairs, but we tend to sit downstairs. There's reception and customer service area. We'll do anything for you. Absolutely brilliant. Anything, any problems sorted out. We hated the first room they gave us. Came down next morning, within an hour, they've given us another one, which we're very happy with. And some of the rooms apparently are pretty shocking. So just give the hotel a chance, tell them what you want, and I'll sort it out for you. Sign of a good hotel. This is where we sit of an evening. Lovely. So, right over there is one of their not all included sort of specialty restaurants. I think it's a steak place. Due to my wife's celiac disease, we don't really eat out anywhere in the world unless we know it's safe for her. It's where the coaches come in if you're going on trips and stuff. We went to Orange Bay Island, and it's about 40 quid each. Bit of lunch thrown in. We took our own. Absolutely cracking day out. Where some young girl dropped her mobile phone while she was out swimming. So we all got in the water, 40 people looking for it. We actually found her mobile phone in the ocean. Very lucky girl. I've never seen so many tears come out of a 25-year-old. Yeah, let's walk out of the main drag just to show you this really is up to a point in the arsehole of nowhere. Right then, outside the hotel, if you were to turn right, all these shops come alive at night. It's a little Italian just down here on the right, but if you just walk down there about a quarter of a mile, there's a KFC, a Pizza Hut, a McDonald's, and a little store called Abu Asha. Yeah, over on the left there, there's like a pound shop. It's sort of like everything for €1, and if you want to get some tat to take home, he's got some good tat, and he's really, really nice bloke. Well worth going into. But apart from that, there's no here really, you know. Right, just quickly come into the reps area, and if you notice by the flags on the board, you can't see a British one anywhere, but we do have our own little notice board. And there's our rep, good lad. That's very funny actually. And there's obviously the flights going home, and we're off out tonight. So get home probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. Night flights being what they are. We'll walk out into the main area. Right then, 20 to 7 in the morning. So if you have a look at all these, it's a big hotel. You've probably got about 70% or so Russian and others, about 20% Belgian, Dutch and German, and a smattering of Brits and a few other people. Right, during the afternoon, let's have a little wander over here. This blue area seems to have some very, very lazy waiters. The rest of them all right. Okay, across here they've got a Taylor Sunday machine, just like you get in McDonald's or KFC, available for a couple of hours in the afternoon. Obviously a few books that people left if you want them. Come over here, a bit of table tennis if you want a bit of exercise. Right, let's walk out the main area. The problem abroad is people, you know, if you're a smoker, that's great for you, like, but for us who don't, you just feel like what a beagle used to feel like in the 70s when it's force smoked. If you don't understand that, ask your nan, but Christ, it's a smog out here some nights, so we sit indoors. Plus, you do get a few mozzies, and sort of like, if you're outdoors, they can nibble you if you sat down. If you're indoors, well, they can't really, can they? But I wouldn't worry about that. There's only a few. Take your antihistamines, put a little bit of spray on if you want to on your ankles and your arms, and I don't be having any real trouble. We're just going to reserve a couple of beds just because we sit back to the back area of this pool, just basically so we can't be smogged out with the smokers. So let's have a little walk along here. I can say it's absolutely beautiful. There's no point trying to film later on in the day because if you have a look, you can just see the sort of like the trees starting to move. One thing about Hurghada, it is windy, but you need that with the temperatures. If you didn't have it, you'd just be sweating. Right then, little kiddies pool here. I'll take you more central in a second. But, it's a bar. Obviously, you can access it by land or it's a swim up bar from the front. As I say, we just get a couple of beds just away from people. And the second book is one of the factory record books, if that's anybody's thing. So some little showers once you've gone in the pool or out of it. And, sort of straight in front of us is actually a changing cube as cool as well. So we generally come for a swim and change into some dry cozies. But yeah, here's a little bar that you swim up to. All very pleasant, all very civilised. All your drinks come in really small cups, but then again it's sort of 40 degrees during the day, so they might put them in anything bigger. They will occasionally fill, if you bring your own bigger cups, they will fill them up for you, but obviously don't like to because of the amount of waste that it creates. We did have a couple of insulated coffee cups which somebody actually stole from outside our room, which is a bit sad, but that's the way the world over. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else that will feature on Crime Watch around here. But it is absolutely beautiful. So, hotel behind me, walk down to the pools, and we'll just take a walk down to the beach. This is the pool snack bar, open 12 till 5. This little drum here has baked sweet potatoes, which my missus has as a snack. She can't really touch anything else because of cross-contamination, so she has that with some feta cheese. Basically it's just burgers and chips and bits of fried fish, very nice. And that little hut in front of us, yeah, the little hut is Pizza Corner, so that starts serving, I don't know, about 3ish. I think it's 3ish that pizzas come and start getting ice creams. But as I say, massive bonus with this place, apart from the fact it's very, very pretty, it's just absolutely the amount of space you've got, you know, separate dining areas for the little pizza place. Look at that, just look across the pools, massive. I get up early, I can come across that, it's probably about 35 metres, so I'll do a few laps in the morning. So there's you can see, absolutely brilliant. Beautiful. Yeah, you've got some changing cubicles dotted around the place when you know where they are. Let's have a little walk down here, see if we can find some cats. As I say, it's a really, really big resort. We elected to stay central, it just saves on the feet, you know. If you've got a room out here and you're in the main building and you forget something, it's a long, annoying walk. But there are different reviews on these different little apartments. But, I mean, a lot of them are going to be in shade a lot of the time, so that's always encourages a few mozzies and stuff. But it's pretty. Right, let's show you the cats. Well, here we are. Mum, looking sufficiently knackered. Look at all her little kittens. we want to see for the light. There we are, just playing in a little tree there. If you don't like kittens, you should have fast forwarded this bit. Come back as a kitten. That's all I can say. Hello, you. Right, that's the boulevard down to the sea. Take you the long way, show you a few other bits and pieces. So just across to your right, this building with the dome on here is where you get your lunch. I don't know what it's called. But obviously you've got bar service there, and a load of chairs you can sit out the back if you want to sort of like passively smoke for a while. Yeah, look at this. And the place is a trade-off between sort of like what is new and modern and what is old and spacious. I mean, we'd come back here in a heartbeat. I mean, they've looked after my missus, so we brought a few packet things and instant gravy granules and things like that, which are all gluten-free, and every single evening at 6 o'clock the chef will make her a special meal. So the look she's getting, sort of like when she's having sort of like chicken curries brought out with rice on the side and grilled vegetables, you know. Real. Yeah, I'll just turn around and look back on it just to give you an idea of the actual size of the place. Nice, something for everybody, I think. Yeah, this one you can only film in the morning, as you can actually hear as the sun comes up. And heat starts, so does the wind. So let's just quickly nip down to the beach. Down here. Yeah, as I said, here's the back of the restaurant with its seating, sort of, well, smoking area really. Smoke with food, smoke with anything. Yeah. Right, so when you look at the brochures, you see pictures like this, and they're actually real. Looking out there, absolutely wonderful. It's getting up, mate. Absolutely picturesque. Right, a little play area for the bambinos. Proper sand in there. As I say, sort of like, you might want it to, you know, have a little bungalow or something like that. Surely it's not going to get the light at any point of the day. Surely it's going to be sort of like a bit foisty in there. I mean, I think that's a lovely view. You'd kill for some of the facilities, for the space and laid back nature of this place. You'd kill at some hotels for just the opportunity for any of this, let alone all of it. Nice. Yeah, you can do learn to windsurf or kayak or dive in, all sorts of things that get hired out. It's hiring out a little skip, a little catamaran there. If you look out there where the boats are, right in the middle of the picture where the lifeguard chair is, you might be able to see a bloke in the water. There's actually a sandbar that goes out into the sea, so you can walk out about 80 metres and just have your feet on the sandbar, but have the waves trickling over them. It's really nice, I think. So we'll turn around because the place has its own little jetty. Yeah, so you can come and sit and have a drink or a panini with some chips for your lunch. Sit on this part of it. It's all included in your all-inclusive package. How good is that? Just be able to sit and just look at those views. It's all for free. Very, very nice. Very, very chilled out. Well, that's the view you can have while you're having your lunch. It's mid-20s now, sort of thing. If you look just over here, you've got a couple of super yachts that have been impounded and blocked in by a fisheries vessel, so they can't leave. Apparently, allegedly. As I say, love the sea. Look at that. just sit here, just peace and quiet, maybe a bit of music in the background, but only general. Sit in your little wishing seat here and think about your life and your future or whatever you want to do. If you look there, you've just got steps just to get into the Red Sea. Just got everybody getting ready for the day. Right then, so that's about it. Yeah, just give you a snapshot of the place. I think it is just a trade-off between sort of like, if you want it all sort of bells and whistles and brand new, pay for it. I mean, if you look just at, for example, if you look at the sunbeds there, they're old, they've been around a lot of years, but look at the mattress toppers you get to go on them. Stick your big fluffy beach towel on there. Does it matter? It's sort of like 30-year-old? I don't think it does really. But you can see that now that the hotel have got money coming in, they're actually spending it, refurbing some of the rooms. As I say, just in the breakfast area, there's a big thing for the all the bread display, bread unit. That wasn't there yesterday. So just pleased to see. It's a lovely place. Staff are brilliant. Probably about half a dozen slackers. There is another little bar just sort of straight through there, and we go there just to annoy the guy who serves there because he just doesn't want to be there. It's quite funny to watch. Everything comes from bottles and cans, bottled water. Just ask your room steward. They leave 2 a day. Ours leaves about 3 or 4 sometimes because we do on a washing up because we do our own little cooking. And we brought a travel kettle. There isn't any kettles in the room. Hotels do that to stop people stealing the milk, to be honest. But as I say, there's a supermarket down the road. A litre of Diet Coke is 50p. You can get fresh milk. Get the one with the blue lid. That's the fresh cow's milk. Plenty of snacks. There's a blue after sun, which is absolutely brilliant. If you look at it in a squirty dispenser, it looks like hand soap, but it's absolutely fabulous for about £1. And just an assortment of usual snacks and stuff like that. That if you want to use the shop in the hotel, use it. But it costs you a fortune. Why not just have a little wander down the road? And I say every evening there's a passable Italian restaurant open there. Want to have a little wander out, especially if you're here somewhere for 2 weeks. It just breaks the gives you a change of scenery. Another feeding point for a big bruiser of a cat lives there actually. There's notices on the trees saying don't feed the cats, but you come along and people put chicken and chips down for like fried chicken. Bloody idiots. So obviously there's toilet cubicles dotted around the place, and just around here you've got their little kiddies club. What can I say? Yeah, very pretty place. It's 7:10, so the world's starting to come alive. So just to show you how lush and green the place is. From a British point of view, it's always something to eat. I just have an evening, there's just beef everywhere. Just have anything that says sort of like beef on it. It's all sort of like boiled and put in a lovely sauce or a little spicy sauce. It's just all I really have. We brought our own kettle, so if you want a cuppa, bring your own kettle, bring your own tea bags and coffee if that's what you want. You can't expect a hotel to provide everything. And as I say, the supermarket Abuashi down the road provides for anything else. As for alcohol, the lager's all out of cans. It's alright actually, quite surprisingly. But that does me. We bought a bottle of gin and a bottle of rum from the airport. Down in the shops you can get mixes to go with the gin, like pomegranate and tangerine and apricot and peach. They're all Sreps. They're only like £1, and that's what Mrs. has lived off while we've been here. And last but not least, if you, like us, have got an old phone which you put a data SIM into, then buy an orange SIM at Hurghada Airport. €7. And even though they claim it's 10 gigabytes, it's actually 5. So as long as you don't stream too much, you can make that last 2 weeks if you're just doing a bit of Facebook and that. In Egypt, as in sort of like if you go to Dubai, you'll find the same. You can't use WhatsApp for voice calls or picture calls. So if you're going to keep in contact with anybody back home, use Facebook Messenger. That works. So yeah, having your own SIM means you can actually do things like that. And for €7, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. He'll even set it up for you. It takes about 30 seconds. So don't believe that it's 10 gig. Anything that anybody claims, just divide by 2 and you won't go too far wrong. Well, as I say, we've really enjoyed our time here. We'll come back here. The problem is we live up in the northeast of England. Are they going to be flying from Hurghada to Newcastle for Red Sea holidays? Or you just be going to be knackered in trying to get a flight out here, because the days are sort of like being bothered to book your own flight and then book your own hotel with everything that's been going on. Well, I can't be bothered. You just end up with a load of credit that you can't use. So there we go. So off to change my trunks and go for a swim, as I do every morning. It's not that I got up particularly early this morning. I go to bed when I'm tired. I get up when the sun gets up, so I'm normally up at half 6 every day.